Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Dario here with another options and play video update. Um, so we are entering kind of an interesting stretch this week. Don't have as many large events on the calendar, but next week we have pretty much the two biggest events the remainder of the month coming up. So um, this week could be a little bit choppy, some digestion, maybe some back and forth. So it's going to be really important to kind of know the levels and really focus on volume and whether a move has volume and or news attached to it because there could be a lot of like position updates as people start to kind of get into or out of certain names ahead of like next week's like really big catalyst, the CPI and the FOMC meeting. Um, but one of the things I've been watching, and I think one of the things a lot of traders have been focused on, has been the move on rates, the dollar, other interest rate sensitive names over the last month, and I think one of like the interesting things is that if you focus on the big levels, there are still some quick opportunities to go like against the trend. So like on the treasuries TLT, one of the things we were watching coming into the week was basically the strength of the move, but it carried it right into the 100-day, which is this blue line, right? And you can see that back in July and August, the 100-day basically marked the top of that like month and a half to 2 month rally, and then from there it turned significantly and sharply to the downside, right? So on the first test of the 100-day, you figured it was going to be significant, which it was. The bigger problem was just that it gapped like a decent amount lower today, and it kept sinking. So it was one of those trades where it might only be like a 1 day move, and you had to like fade it on Friday to really participate because it ended up opening lower today. But it just reinforces the idea that like you can still get like quick counter trend moves if you focus on good levels, right? In this case, it was this really key moving average. Same idea for UUP, which is like currently still chopping around the 200-day, but on Friday's move, right? You had and even to a lesser extent on Thursday when it got close, is that you have had a couple tests of the 200-day now, and you've had a couple bounces off of it. They haven't been anything significant, and I mean it's still kind of deciding which way it wants to go, but just lends like credence to the idea that if you focus on these good levels, you can get like these like sometimes quick counter trend moves off of like these levels, especially on like the first test. So for like the UUP, it's the first time it tested the 200 days since last year. So you figure just as the 50-day was important and the 100-day was important, so too is the 200-day on the first test, and you got a move off of it, or a move into it and a quick move off of it yesterday or Friday and today. Another one I'm watching, probably not one that most people pay attention to, but MBB, mortgage-backed bonds, MBS. So you could see similar to TLT, really big run, hit the 100-day on Friday. You get a little bit of like a pullback today. Whether we get an extended correction or extended slide, remains to be seen. But it's still, again, a big move into a key moving average. Get a quick counter trend trade, and this is just like an idea. A lot of these types of maybe like under the radar or interest rate sensitive, maybe commodity based, right? Stuff where you might have had like a nice move over the last month and a half, getting up into some big levels, right? As things get extended, you look for some like quick corrections, quick pullbacks, but these are just like very short term focused trade ideas, all right? So we'll see how the week plays out, but certainly next week is going to be bananas, so buckle up, all right? So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about trading options or swing trading with options, please follow up the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Have a great night, stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.